What's going on, guys? It's your boy Panda. Your boy Panda here is feeling that it's been a while since I've done some form of educational video. So this is going to be a quick synopsis of educating the cigar smoker that has a problem with what we commonly call tar. And I thought about this yesterday because one of the guys I was on the Discord with was smoking a great cigar, and it got at the cap. It got very tarry, right? And those of you who've been smoking long enough, from time to time you'll get a cigar at the back end of the cap get this nasty, oily, thick goo, what we commonly call tar. And I started thinking, I said, you know what? A lot of people don't know why a cigar tars or what causes it. So I figured, you know what? This would be a great opportunity to educate you guys. So let's get right into it, right? Why does a cigar tar, right? So let's figure out, right? Tar is a natural byproduct of burning tobacco, right? So when it heats up down the leaf, and the process is called pyrolysis and combustion. So basically it's the process of the tobacco burning down the path of first, second, and last third. So, and what ends up happening when that happens, you have all the particulate matter mixed with the oils and the chemicals that are in the cigar, right? That mixture burns up hot enough what ends up what we commonly call tar. So the common question is, why does tar build up at the cap, right? So there's a couple of reasons why you'll get a cigar that ends up tarring at the cap. And one in particular aspect is that it's just that the cigar itself is burning way too hot, right? So what causes a cigar to burn too hot? The most common one is that someone's constantly puffing, not giving that cigar time for the amber to actually burn equally, down the process of the binder, the filler, and the wrapper. So someone's just puffing and puffing and puffing, and if you notice, what ends up happening is that you'll get a peak, right? A real like a point on your cigar, and it's all amber and it's hard. So that means that you're just puffing way too fast. You're not allowing that cigar to do what it's supposed to do and burn evenly. So one of the things is just slow down your draw. Take a puff every minute or so. I'm a fast smoker, and it does happen to me. And when that happens, normally when I see that the cigar is burning too hard and I'm getting that peak, I just pretty much just put the cigar down. I just put it down, let it finally catch up, let that point burn down into ash. And then once I see that, I'll just tap the ash off and continue my smoking, right? So you gotta understand, so when you're doing that, when you're smoking and it gets so hot, the hotter the combustion, the more concentrated that cigar, the tobacco is going to become. So now all the oils and all the chemicals now are burning fast, and they're going right down to the very end of where the cap is at. And that's where you'll get that ooziness of the tar, right? So slow down on your smoking. It's a simple concept. Slow down on your smoking and enjoy the smoke, right? Another thing could be that there's a real dense stem or vein in the cigar, right? That the cigar will end up having way too much stem. So basically the person that was doing the rolling of the cigar, they didn't remove enough of the stems. I mean, that's very rare. Most of the time is because it's burning too hard and you're burning the tobacco way too fast, and the oils is just speeding up so fast that's the actual result is that tar, right? Once again, it could be a tight draw, which will cause, have you ever had a cigar that's so tight that you haven't, you're starting to look like duck mouth, right? Your cheeks are going in because you're puffing so hard on it. That's gonna cause that cigar to burn extremely, extremely hot. And that could be another reason and cause of it. So sometimes what I've done with those cigars, I'll roll them on my hand to kind of loosen the tobacco of the cigar rather, just a little bit, so that I could get a better flow through the cigar, right? So, and obviously, more heat, the more the oils get heat up and the chemical reaction to it, and it just starts oozing. So obviously we all know that you want the cigar to burn evenly, so you got to give it time to cool down. Like I said again, once again, just put the cigar down, let it rest for a little bit, continue conversation, and go back to the cigar. And we all know what the cigar tastes like, right? With that tar, right? You're gonna get some bitterness, some sourness, a little metallic taste to it, and it's just not a very good taste in your mouth, and it kind of just ruins the experience of that cigar, right? And there are a couple of things that you somewhat can remedy that issue in regards to getting some of that tar out. What I would recommend is cut a little bit more of the cap to see if that works. What I've done in the past as well is I've gotten a wooden toothpick and I've just stuck it in the back end of the cap. And what it does is the wood will start absorbing that tar, right? And you'll see when you pull it out, you can see that the wood is absorbing the tar. And then just, keep puffing and to see where it's at. Sometimes it subsides itself and it's manageable and you're able to still enjoy the smoke. And then there's times that no matter what you do, it's gonna ruin the experience, right? So basically what I highly recommend, guys, is just toss it and get yourself another cigar. Another thing is you could, try to rotate the cigar. You could, just to try to get that even flow. But I think that once you get to that point, that there's just constant tar coming out, pretty much that cigar is ruined and there's nothing that you could do. Like I've seen people try to even blow into the cigar to kind of cool it down and push it out. As if the same way that if you had your cigar down for a minute or two and it burnt down, you walked away 5-10 minutes, come back, you retoast the cigar, and highly recommend that you blow into the cigar to kind of get all that excess, burnt tobacco taste out of it, instead of you taking that puff and tasting that in your mouth, which is horrible. Once again, guys, I hope that kind of gives you somewhat of an idea. I know I kind of just combined it. It's a lot more technical aspect to the nonsense, but I hope that this kind of gives you an idea. If you have a cigar that's just way too tarry, just honestly, guys, just toss it and get yourself another smoke. This is your education with your boy Panda. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.